In a public appearance this week, President Ilham Aliyev of Azerbaijan told a number of local and international journalists that his government is considering complete withdrawal of our country from the Council of Europe. This statement has to be scrutinized, I think, from two important angles. The first angle is represented by question. Has Azerbaijan's position regarding return of its delegation to the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe tightened, softened, or otherwise changed? This is the first angle, and I'm going to focus on it in the beginning, and then I'll go to the second important angle, which has to be taken into account. So, in order to understand the substance of this matter, one has to go back to the October 2023 session of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe, where an absolutely irresponsible and biased resolution against Azerbaijan has been voted for and adopted by the chamber, by the Parliamentary Assembly. It represented no wisdom, no facts, not important consideration about the future of democracy in Azerbaijan or anywhere in Europe. So it was just a whim of a group of parliamentarians which convinced the other group to vote for that. It was a shame, and subsequently in January 2024, this resolution was extended to embrace some issues concerning human rights issues in Azerbaijan, and based on that resolution, the Parliamentary Assembly voted to disqualify Azerbaijani delegation from voting in the Parliamentary Assembly, and as a result, the delegation of Azerbaijan left the Assembly as a sign of protest. Since then, it has been not clear on what conditions Azerbaijan may return to the, send back its delegation to Strasbourg to the Parliamentary Assembly. But in the meantime, both sides, especially official Baku, the government of Azerbaijan, has been telling the world that the relations with the Council of Europe are in principle fine, except one of its bodies, which is the Parliamentary Assembly. Again, since then it has been not clear on what conditions Azerbaijan will go and what would be its negotiation position regarding return to the Parliamentary Assembly. And this week, in the presentation in the question and answer session with President Ilham Aliyev, the latter said that it is enough for the Council of Europe to reverse its decision concerning the voting rights of the delegation, and this would allow Azerbaijan to send back the delegation. So basically, this statement refined the position of Baku, made it clear, and in that respect, it's opened ways for finding a compromise solution. Because if we stuck into the subject of the two unfair resolutions, October 2023 and January 2024, it would have taken longer time for us to negotiate the return. So basically, the new thing in this statement is that Azerbaijani government Azerbaijani government wants to consider those two resolutions as dissolved in time and irrelevant, especially when a lot of time has passed since then. Political reality has changed. The composition of the Parliamentary Assembly, membership in it has changed a lot. So all these factors, if recognized in action by the Council of Europe Parliamentary Assembly, then can lead to a procedural movement which will return Azerbaijani delegation to the Council of Europe. So, in that respect, this statement by the President Aliyev this week makes things clearer, and give some chances to the return of Azerbaijani delegation to Parliamentary Assembly. On the other hand, the other side of his statement about considering withdrawal from the Council of Europe altogether needs to face an electoral approval, because at the time when his party won the parliamentary elections of 2024 and presidential elections 2024, it has never articulated such a position that it may decide to withdraw the country from the Council of Europe. So the mandate for such a decision is not strong, if it exists at all. In politics, it's important that on issues which are not of extreme urgency, that the party articulates its position and its intention during election period, so that then it can interpret the popular vote as a mandate for this or another action. In that respect, this has never happened. The ruling party has never articulated position that it would withdraw Azerbaijan altogether from the Council of Europe, and therefore it needs, I think, a stronger mandate from people, and that mandate can be received in 2028, if will be received. Then of course, it's a different matter. But as of now, the situation is this: the president has basically initiated a debate preceding that popular vote in 2028 regarding the future of Azerbaijan's relations with the Council of Europe. And well, I think I would be personally very opposed to the idea of Azerbaijan's withdrawal from the Council of Europe. I think the government of Azerbaijan and the Council of Europe too have not explored, and probably are not in a capacity to explore, the full range of opportunities and instruments which can lead to normalization of relations between the country and this important institution. Therefore, I think we will continue arguing that whichever government is elected in 2028, I mean, whichever the parliament is elected in 2028, it will not have, it should not have such a mandate, and the issue has to be open to further public debate and a public popular consensus on this issue. So, in summary, let's conclude that the statement made by the president this week to the large group of local and international journalists, on the one hand, opens new avenues for negotiations with the Council of Europe Parliamentary Assembly about the return of Azerbaijani delegation to the Assembly, and thus normalization of relations. On the other hand, it initiates a debate which would give or not a mandate to the future parliament and future government in 2028 to act on the issue of membership in the Council of Europe if the negotiations on this subject fail.